I went on my regular reservoir walk this morning, and as we've had a couple of days of really heavy rain, thanks to the rainy season, about time, I decided to just take a look and see if it had made any difference to the level of the water and what was going into the lake.
Well, now that we've had some rain, there's more water coming off the hill now surrounding the reservoir. I'm here at Reservoir on my regular walk, and this is one of the first that dries up and got a really good flow on it now. So that's going to go underneath the road and it's going to go into the reservoir over there. You should be able to see the water, but there's almost none. So we've got a long way to go yet. And this is another site. This is all flowing into the reservoir from behind me. It seems like a lot, you know, but it isn't. It's such a huge reservoir and it's so empty that it could be like this for weeks. But, there's a lot of sites around this road just like this, so if you add them all up, there's probably hundreds of gallons an hour going into the reservoir. But of course it's a reservoir, so there's probably hundreds of gallons an hour flowing out again to feed the hungry people of the island. So that's why it takes so long. This is a nice waterfall. Don't often notice it because unless it's been raining it's dry, but another little feed into the reservoir. Very, very nice. This is at the place I call the watering can, the reason I explained in a video many moons ago. This one's flowing well today. You can see very much, but in there that's quite a big waterfall in there. Again, coming down off the mountain and going into the reservoir here. They recently put this tunnel under the road, and this, and this is the leave over. This is a place I call the roadworks because when I first came here and started doing these walks, this was all just a really great big hole in the road, and now this will all be left to go back to nature. I'm sure no one can be bothered to clear that up. This is Thailand. Better not get too close. This is the place I call the first bike wash, and this is now a car wash today, and that water is flowing very heavy right now and he's having a leak. Anyway, stop. And this I call the second bike wash. This one never dries up, no matter what time of year, how dry the season. This one is always flowing to a greater or lesser extent. It's flowing well now, and people use this a lot to wash their motorbikes and their cars. Good, eh? And this coming up here is what I call the primeval stream. Basically, because it looks to me like sort of the original river that ran through this valley before they dammed it. And then that supplied water together with all these runoff points that I'm showing you now. See, this is quite a valley here. This is an old river flowing down in there, down there, and if you pan around it all flows out into the lake, which should be over there, but you can't see it because it's dry. And in case you think all this water is filling the lake up, well, it isn't. That's all you can see out there. All of this here, all of that should be underwater. And you see, those are the banks there. That's, you know, between 20 and 30 feet lower than it should be. And if you go out there, you can still see, like that in the middle of the shot there, that's one of the old original tree stumps that they cut that tree down when they first flooded the valley. So you can see how shallow that water really is out there. It's only just covering a stump. All this should be 20 or 30 feet underwater.